Hey guys, back with another pickups video. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys what I think it's my best score so far on a Goodwill. I only picked up two older games, so I'm going to be showing those first, and among those two older games it's my major find. And then I'm going to be showing some modern stuff, so let's start with the older stuff. And the first game that I picked up at Goodwill, it's one of the worst action platformers that I ever played in my life. But I had to pick it up. This game is so bad that in a way it's fun playing it. And that game is Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero. This game is just a horrible side-scrolling action platformer that I really don't understand what was the purpose of Midway releasing this game back in the day. It really served no purpose, and the game is just overall bad. It's cheesy, it's tacky, it's just a very badly designed platformer. But I had to pick it up. It just brings me memories, because I did play this game back in the day, and it has that cheesy Mortal Kombat 90s theme all over it. Not to mention, this game has some actual actors playing the cinematic sequences, so it just adds to the cheesiness. Really bad game, but it's the type of bad game that it's fun to play, if you know what I mean. So Mortal Kombat Mythologies, that was my first pickup at Goodwill. And now for the big score, I guess. While I was there on the same day on Goodwill, I was able to find Ogre Battle, the limited edition for the PlayStation 1. Now, I was very surprised to see this game there, just sitting there on the shelf, and as it turns out, this game goes for anywhere in between $30 and $90 on eBay. And what determines the value of this game, whether it's a low-end $30 game or a high-end $90 game, is the content of the game itself. And if you happen to have this game, and it includes, this game originally included some stickers and also like a map, like a chart for the classes. If you happen to have everything complete, the game then goes for like $80 to $90 on eBay. And lo and behold, when I find this and I open it, it has everything that makes this game really valuable. It has a manual that it's in incredible condition, as you can see. It has all the information, including like the warranty card that you can send to Atlas. And then, you know, the manual, it looks like it was never really opened or anything, so really good condition manual. And of course, here's the meat and potatoes of the game, the memory card stickers, which I guess the game was somehow sponsored by GamePro, I guess. So that's really cool. I love GamePro. I used to love reading that magazine. So we have the memory card stickers there, which for some reason, you know, collectors really value these things. So if you have the complete set, then it makes this game so much more valuable. And then we have the class charts, I guess, that detail how to evolve your character into the different types, I guess. For those of you that don't know, Ogre Battle is like a strategy RPG, JRPG, that it was fairly popular on the, you know, when it was released back in the, I believe, Super Nintendo and the PlayStation 1. So really happy to have this. And of course we have, you know, the disc, which is in really good condition. Hardly, I think there's one little scratch, but other than that, beautiful condition. This is I guess an uncommon RPG for the PlayStation 1 that, you know, as I mentioned, it goes up in price on eBay. So really good condition, really happy obviously with the find. I paid $4 for this, and oddly enough, my Goodwill, for better or for worse, has a $4 policy on all PlayStation 1 games. So I paid $4 for this crap of Mortal Kombat game, and I paid $4 for this rare gem for the PlayStation. So there you go. If you want Madden or like FIFA sports game, you have to pay $4 too. So really weird how they price their games. But now let's move on into the next item that I picked up during this month, and that is the Hyrule Historia book, which I already made a separate video. If you haven't bought this book yet, please do so. For $20, you can get it for $20 on Amazon, and it's just a great value and a great addition to any collector's collection. So pick that up if you haven't so already. Now I'm gonna move on to the modern stuff. And Best Buy had this weird sale this past weekend where they had some really good deals on some 3DS and DS games, and I ended up picking up Pokemon White version 2 for the Nintendo DS. They had this for $15, and there's no way in hell you're gonna find a better deal anywhere else for a brand new Pokemon game. These games, they hardly ever come down in price because they sell like hotcakes, no matter what. So to find a Pokemon game for $15, it was a major deal. So I decided to pick this one up. I haven't beat a Pokemon game since the gold and silver version from the Game Boy Color, so I've been away from the series. So I figured this is a good way to warm up for the upcoming Pokemon X and Y game for the 3DS. So a good way to warm up and a very good price. So I had to pick that up. Also for $15, I picked up the newest Professor Layton game, which is Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask, which it's a pretty good game. It's funny, you know, the Professor Layton formula is the same old formula, you know, just puzzle games with coupled with an interesting story, and the formula works well. This game has tons of puzzles, and the 3D effects are pretty good in this one. I only put like an hour or two into this game so far, but from what I played so far, it's, you know, another pretty solid Layton game. So I'm really happy to have this for my 3DS. And another major deal that they had was Paper Mario Sticker Star for $20. And I'm glad I held on into buying this game. And it's so rare to see Nintendo games going for half, you know, the price off. This game retails for $40 and they had it for $20. So I had to pick this one up, and because I was planning on picking this up anyway in the future, and I'm really happy I did. This is a pretty good game, despite deviating from the old classic RPG formula that the first Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64 and the second entry in the series, the Thousand Year Door for the GameCube had. This game, if you're looking to get a similar experience to those first two games in the franchise, then don't expect that into this game. This is more like an adventure and exploration game where you have to find pretty much you have to look in every nook and cranny to find stickers, because you use the stickers are your main way of attacking enemies and whatnot. There are some flaws in the battle system. The sticker idea is novel, but at the same time it presents some flaws in the battle system. But I think I'm gonna go more in depth with this game once I beat it. I think I'm gonna do an impressions video. So those are the portable games that I picked up at Best Buy. Now we're gonna go into the PlayStation 3 stuff. And speaking of Best Buy, they had their deal of the day was Little Big Planet Karting for $20, and I had a $5 reward zone certificate, so I only ended up paying $15 for this game, and I'm glad I did. I'm a huge fan of the Little Big Planet franchise, and I'm really sorry to say this, but this game really it's just overall a poor game. The concept itself, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, it should be an entertaining karting game, considering the Little Big Planet franchise. It's a fun one, and it has that novel concept of creating your own worlds, creating your own ideas. But the execution is so poor in this game. The track design is really bland and simplistic, and I really hate the fact that you race against some random cookie cutter opponents. There's no personality in the opponents you face in the single player mode. So there are some cool things about it, like the whole creating your own track and whatnot. But overall, I'm really disappointed with this game, and I'm struggling playing this game through because it's just not fun. It's just bland and boring, and in my opinion, a major disappointment, but at the same time, I'm glad I only paid $15 for this game. So, Little Big Planet Karting for the PlayStation 3, not very good. Then for Valentine's Day, I got 2 games from my lovely girl here. And the first game, it's a game that I was really surprised, and it's Binary Domain. I might do an impressions video on this later on, because this game, the reason I asked her, I gave her a list of games that I was interested, so she picked 2. And I'm really glad she picked Binary Domain. This is a game that completely went under my radar, and it was brought to my attention thanks to some fellow YouTubers that included this game in their top 2012 lists. So I'm really glad I played this game. I think I'm gonna do an impressions video, because this game is really that good. And I think you can get it for really cheap nowadays, so there's no excuse if you have a PlayStation 3 for you not to get this game. It's essentially like a Gears of War's clone, but with a very interesting story and a very satisfying combat system where you just blow all these robots to pieces. You just shoot them, unload your ammunition on them, and you see their parts flying off, their arms, their heads, and whatnot. It's really satisfying just, blowing your ammunition through the robots in this game. So, Binary Domain, excellent game. And the second game that I got is El Shaddai, Ascension of the Metatron, which is another game that I had on my wish list, and due to the fact that it has a very interesting concept, I think this game is based on some religious text and biblical passages. So that increased my attention towards this game. Not to mention the art direction in this game is very, very unique. So far I only played the first 2 areas of the game, or the first 2 worlds, and it's pretty interesting, and I'm glad I got this as a gift. So I might do an impressions video once I beat this game. Pretty good game. And last but not least is an item that I had in a previous pickup video, but I had to return it because it was so expensive, and I didn't have the money at the time to purchase it, because I had the Wii U in mind and I had to save some money. But Best Buy had their deal of the day, and for a really good price I managed to get the Street Fighter 25th anniversary box set collection, which includes a certificate saying that you bought the damn thing. It included a Ryu doing a Shoryuken action figure, which you can light up. I don't know if you guys can see. It's pretty cool. It has this blue flame effect, and then this was an excellent deal for me personally, because first of all, I'm a huge Street Fighter fan. Second of all, they had this for 40% off, plus I had a $20 gift certificate from Christmas, so I only ended up paying $60 for this. And what I got for $60 is not only a beautiful box set, which by the way also includes a tribute art book, which is freaking amazing. It has just art book from the previous Street Fighter games. But it also includes, I believe, 7 games. You get Street Fighter Cross Tekken plus Super Street Fighter 4, the arcade edition, which I do not own Super Street Fighter 4. I own the vanilla, just the regular Street Fighter 4. So now I get Super Street Fighter 4, which has more characters or more fighters to choose from, and I get Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So 2 games, 2 physical games included, and I do not own Street Fighter Cross Tekken either. So that was a good thing on my end. And then they included a voucher that has codes for you to download the Super Street Fighter 2 HD edition, Super Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 3 The Third Strike, and then a bunch of older Street Fighter games like Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, and Alpha 3 Max for the PSP. These are all downloadable games, but the only game that I had from that list is Alpha 3 Max for the PSP. The other games like Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 I do not have, so it's a welcome addition. They're downloadable games that I can play on my PlayStation Vita So I have a lot of Street Fighter goodness on the go thanks to the voucher that they included. Not to mention this voucher has like tons of unlockable avatars for your for your PlayStation 3, username and whatnot. So a lot of goodies. Plus you get a Blu-ray with all the Street Fighter movies plus the cartoon that was showed in America. So that's pretty cool. Plus, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm not going to take it out. It has, I believe, 11 soundtrack CDs covering the soundtrack from the Street Fighter franchise that go all the way from the first release in 1987, the first Street Fighter game, all the way to the modern Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which is the latest release in the franchise. So you have pretty much the entire soundtrack of the Street Fighter series throughout the years. And to top everything off, it has like a replica of the band that Ryu wears around his waist. So I'm not even gonna open this. I'm gonna leave it like that. So pretty cool addition. So for $60, I mean, this was the deal of the forever for me, because like I mentioned, I'm a huge Street Fighter fan, and I did order this when it first came out, but I had to return it because I didn't have enough money at the time because I was saving up to buy the Wii U. So, a couple months later, for $60, I cannot complain. I'm really glad that this didn't run out as far as, being a limited quantity collector's edition. So, there you have it, guys. Those were my pickups for this month. Like I said, a major score on Goodwill with that Ogre Battle for the PlayStation 1, and a major score in modern games with this Street Fighter collector's set for $60. So pretty happy with what I have for what I picked this month. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.